Voices against corruption. Let the people speak.
Hello and welcome to Primark's public feedback series on corruption, called Voices Against Corruption. And we ask, what specific aspects of corruption must the government tackle to advance Nigeria's fight against corruption?
Well, the areas that any government, including the one we have presently, they will truly look into to check corruption in this country is inflation of contract. There is too much inflation in the contracts the government award to individuals and companies. So if they can check inflation of contracts, that will go a long way in checking corruption in our country.
If there is a budget for a particular project or for a particular ministry, there's supposed to be a kind of committee that will follow up with the distribution of the money, the way the money is being spent, so that to avoid corruption.
Government should be honest in the execution of projects and make sure that there is no overblotting of projects, because the excess money that will have been used to do more projects will now be cut short, therefore depriving majority of other basic needs like infrastructures. So if there's transparency and honesty in execution of government projects, the citizenry will benefit more on a larger scale.
If you look at all aspects of our security apparatus in this country, most of what they are doing is corruption, from the military down to road safety. I know what I see every day. The corruption is everywhere. So if government can tackle corruption of recruitment, I think we'll go a long way, because that is the basic.
If we look at the way things are going, since our president is in power, he is trying in the fight, but we are not seeing the impact, which is somehow showing us that the thing is somehow institutionalized within the executive. So if he can handle his executive well, in fact, the other aspects of corruption will reduce.
Put the right resources in the right place and the right people in the right places. That will help a lot to be able to tackle the situation of this corruption that is going on in the country. But because in the place in which you put the wrong people in the right place, those wrong people, they will bring out wrong ideas in the right place, which will not solve the problem of the country.
The people at the National Assembly, let them pass legislation on corruption to be heavily punished, so that people will be distracted from corruptly enriching themselves when they get to government. I think that the government should start from themselves.
If there should be a way for this country to stabilize in aspect of corruption, we should first of all look the in-depth of INEC and its appointments, both in the commissioner and whatever level of INEC, supervisory role in INEC and every other thing.
At least they should tackle this petroleum sector. The petroleum, they should tackle it. Because you find out, why I say they should tackle it is that if they don't tackle this one, the things in the market will rise. And when it rises, you find out that if you even go to the market, you can't be able to purchase things. And the salary is not growing. You understand my point? The salary is not increasing as it should. But you find out that the petroleum sector, the government should do something to be able to regulate it properly, so that the masses can be able to enjoy it.
Provide jobs for the youth. Every year, youth keep graduating from school. There's no jobs. And you can see, if you don't provide jobs for the youth will provide jobs for themselves. You can see the rate of killings, ritual killings, Yahoo, and other crimes that is pumping up every day, just because there's no jobs for them. They don't have jobs, and they have to create jobs for themselves.
I think the government has a lot to do. The people in government ought to deal with themselves first, because if they are truthful in the services they are rendering to the masses, then the corruption will reduce.
Primark's public feedback on corruption in Nigeria is produced with support from MacArthur Foundation.